All right, let's talk about, buyer conversion. Okay, keep this simple. There's one thing that I want to make sure all of us do. Okay, to be able to elevate our conversion with buyer leads, whether or not they were open house, whether or not they were an internet buyer lead, there is two things that have to occur. Number one is we have to educate and demonstrate our knowledge as a hyper-local expert and as a knowledge broker. We have to demonstrate that to them. And then the second thing is we want them to see that there's some advantage working with us versus working with anyone else. And the easiest way to pull that off with colder leads is to leverage video. Okay, as you all know, if for everybody that's here right now, if I can get the buyer that's a reasonably good buyer lead and I can get them on the phone with all of you that are on the phone, you guys would convert. I have very low level, I'm not worried about that. It's really, how do we get that group of people that you talked to once, never got deep, they're on your listing alert, they're on a saved search, they're on your website, they're kind of out there just dangling in your CRMs and in your databases. And how do we get that group to get on the phone with you is really what I'd like to just talk about for a hot second here. Okay, so for that group, what I'm looking for is I want all of you to write down, what do you believe are the steps to buying a house? The steps to buying a house. And I've worked with most of you on this topic. And I want to make sure I give you guys the framework and remind you of the influence pattern that works. The influence pattern that works is talk about the mistakes and then amplify the mistakes. Then what do you recommend and why do you recommend it? In the recommendation, this is an opportunity for where you need to actually exercise your expertise and knowledge, because if you're saying vague, lame, generalized recommendations, if the average agent in the marketplace says the same thing that you just said, then you're irrelevant. Do you guys understand that? So if you said, hey, I recommend that you get pre-approved, you just said what the dumbest agent in the industry says. That is not a valuable recommendation. Okay, so the next step is, of course, is figure out how to elevate the perceived value of the advice. That's our game. Okay, so instead of saying, hey, I recommend that you go get pre-approved, which is what the average dumb agent says, I would say something along the lines of, I recommend that we review all of the best lenders in the marketplace and figure out which one would give you the cheapest loan at the best rate and would serve as a great long-term advisor for you and your real estate goals. Now, that's the same advice as get pre-approved. It's the same advice, but the way that I said it made me sound like I'm a significantly smarter real estate consultant than the average agent. So what we need to do in our video content to send to that segment of the buyers who are just kind of sitting there on the periphery, if we could get a video in front of them, whether or not that's on YouTube, whether or not that's via email or BombBomb, it really doesn't matter. Whether or not that's retargeting on social retargeting, using Facebook retargeting, it doesn't matter whether or not that's anywhere. If we can get that video in front of them and then they were thinking in their mind, I'm just going to use my cousin who's a part-time agent and bartender because I like them. And then they watch one video of yours and they go, oh no, I gotta use Tim, I gotta use Ben, because based upon the advice that they've given me, the amplification of the mistake. I'm already making that mistake. And my cousin never even recommended what you just said. Therefore, I probably need to reach out to you. Do you see the power of this? So as we're looking at how to convert more and get more phone conversations with a buyer, we want to leverage our ability to create a video that says, here's the mistakes, here's how bad these mistakes hurt and cost, here's what I recommend, here's why I recommend it. And we want that to sound really smart. Okay, so the steps to buying a home, maybe it's the 5 steps, before you ever write an offer, here's the 5 biggest mistakes the average buyer makes that literally could cost them huge amounts of wealth and huge financial losses. It could cause, a lack of lifestyle, stress, whatever that is, amplify it up, okay? Now, what happens, and I just want you guys to all know, when I speak to great real estate agents, their ability to provide high quality advice to the consumer is incredible. But when we go to express it in a marketing capacity,
hold on,
i.e. a video, i.e. an email, i.e. a script, I find we're very weak in our ability to express it. I put them in front of you, you crush it. I make you do a marketing piece, a video, an email, and you're like fumbling and bubbling all over the place. This is the reason why I think video has a faster ability to help all of you to develop your presentation and conversion skills. Because when I go to write, it's really difficult. Writing is very hard. But if I just take you guys as great performers, great real estate agents, I put you in front of the camera, if I can get you past all your hangups, then all of that wonderful wisdom and all of that caringness and all of that experience will start to ooze out of you. And that is how we win. Okay, so I just want you guys to be clear. That's why we're pushing so hard on it. It's because it's just easy to do. Turn the camera on, start talking, then go back, look at it, and then figure out, can you make it a little bit better? If not, hit save and push promote it and let's go. Okay, so steps to buying a home. And then let's make sure that all of you have at least 1 or 2 campaigns set up for those buyer leads that are on the periphery that we can convert into an appointment. Okay, questions, concerns, comments, emotional overloads, freak out.